got the better cards maybe going into this?
I think it's scary for BDS. The reason why I'm saying this is... Wolves, they've played it
2 years ago. Wolves versus BDS was one of our like big brawl games for the top of the board, and beat BDS. Will they? Won't they? Ooh, usually not. And now we get the other side of.
Again, he is a very strong operator to be backed up against the wall, being the Azami can just hunker in, especially behind that desk where he is right now. This is such a power position.
Well, that's it. He's so tucked and ready. Has the Kiba to offer himself a little bit of wiggle room, but with 45 seconds and a 4 versus 4 and a very narrow line of what the site is and isn't right now, they're going to have to start trying to fight their way out of it. They've double stacked, but even then, it's got him an extra foot. There is P4. Do they know about him? Oh, it doesn't matter if they do. They seem to swing into the fight. It's trades all across the board with
Flip Virtue in the mid on the other side of the map from his teammate. It's very segregated as far as it goes in terms of roam game, and you can see the downside of it. No trades coming out from BDS.
And just tucking for the plant and then forced right out as a huge amount of damage. Has to wait 15 seconds, and this is a very long fire, but there's no way that they can just drive behind it that far. There's a kill in the fire, and there it is. Leader dropping in. Freck trades out Leader, but they all just keep dying. Demo to this backline, Noodle above, but what can you do?
On that, which plays out pretty similar to Lair, where especially for this site, you are used to seeing those main walls get opened up. And Noodle, where are you going? Just walks up the stairs.
These players further and out, but they're still having to send utility to far away from the site itself. Hoping to get a kill on the back of it. More flashes. Robbie does get Tyrant, and the C4 almost gets Leader, which would have been the end of it. But they're this late, fully aware of where Wolves are coming from, and they are just being bullied out the building itself. Lasmo gets cracks. It's a 4 versus 2. But at this point, you know, it's 2 players now trying to close down 2 players above the site before they then have to, in the final 30 seconds, take the players in the site.
Simon is with Leader there as he swings at the perfect time as Lasmo looks away, but Virtue, a clean.
Well, from this, where do you ban? What do you do? And what do you remove? The Valkyrie and...
I get all that information. You can see Lasmo currently struggling with that. He is going to be spot out by the bees, but it's his power position. This is what they need to deal with. Robbie shut them down from it last time. Let's hope that they'll learn from their mistakes. And look at this from the Dame. So Leader, a clean 2, and also was able to take down that Azami that we mentioned about.
Going for the plant, and as the smoke makes their way up rocket stairs, there'll be a C4 that just connects, but a second too late. So it's a post-plant situation. 3 versus 2 Wolves. They've been able to get themselves a bit locked in. Gonna just make sure that they can do this rotate without being swung on as they get themselves closer towards stacking up the site. They've got a fight on their left and probably soon one on their right. Do they expect them to be low here? Oh, there's the reveal. There's the pickup. There's 1 and 2. Cracks with the perfect.
It's an early entry there from Cracks just to try and establish control in towards lockers. And there are roamers for BDS. Don't forget, there are...
Depends how heavily they've sort of stacked, but here comes Noodle. He's maybe expecting a fight, but they've actually gone up. You saw it on the distance. It's a retake all the way over the top as Freck tries to cut his way across the middle. There's the swing round. There's a missed engagement. It's traded out, but there's somebody coming to support. It's P4 around on the backboards. And now as they go for the plant inside, P4 and Freck on the vertical, but they still lose it out. They weren't aware of where the plant was being placed, and good read from Wolves. I think the sort of alarm bells went off, and maybe BDS were just a little bit too late to the party now. There is 1 sat on the kit, and oh, it's toe shots once again. Oh, he's so hurt now. It's a 1 versus 1. Azza, I think he has the deep angle though. And maybe a drone on it. He can play this from a distance. It's gonna take, you know, a few seconds to actually slip your way across, and P4 doesn't have the means to get this entirely covered, so he's just got to hope the calls come through. But it's an easy just passing either side. Oh, take 1 more step. There's the extra step. There's the kill. I mean, piece things together. They're at their slowest. They tuck their way in. How confident do they think they are? I feel a C4 is about to come over the top. Maybe. No, it might have already been loosed and used elsewhere. It has, so instead it's just swing it. Why not? There's Freck and Noodle and Lasmo all getting 1 apiece. Suddenly it's shut down by Lasmo.
It almost worked for him, which is probably like the more surprising thing, that he wasn't just obliterated immediately as he went in for the defuse. He almost got it down there. But still, BDS, yeah, just swing. He's in an open position, no cover. Yeah, BDS, take a 4-2 half. And to be fair, I will make this argument. As much as we just kind of mentioned that Wolves also assist the guy towards the staircase, he can shimmy over and look towards lobby. So plenty of options for them. And Azur finds Robbie lurking below. Again, that's what I mean about Azur's playstyle. He just waits in the shadows, doesn't he? He looks for his opportunity.
That's it. Ready, waiting to rip and tear, and well, they were ready and waiting. Now they're offering some support on towards ops, but it's just true. I was going to say traded, but no, 2 different kills, 2 different places to truly smash their way through. So instead, crouch their way up. Tyrant gets another. And I think that was all being read as well. Freck and Virtue versus the Wolves World. And at this point, with a clash with 2 smokes, with still the Legion as well to put goo mines on whatever approach it is. That was a bit tragic.
Oh dear.
Oh, yeah.
Here comes the clash.
You got it. Get out of there.
Run away. Swim away.
Oof. Well, they're inside, then outside, and back towards the site. Cannot get the confirmation there on that Tyrant kill as well. And at this point, with the clash also there, the clash would be enough, and might actually be enough. Ooh, does punch the clash a bit, but
difficult job, as we've mentioned, with just the sheer size of it. But he's still got Doki call, which will help out. And here comes this clash to try and assist. And yeah, a nice little pinch there. Gives the information over towards Tyrant. Noodle's also be able to pick one as a quick push onto the site. That's why I mentioned the players in the site needed to be ready, and Noodle certainly is.
Well, buys themselves a second. Suddenly loads of damage done to every single Wolves player, though. Yes, it does just leave Freck swinging with that shotgun. And from that range, it's pretty controlling. Flash on one swing, he's going for the next. Pre-fires the angle, he's about to find a fight on the other side of this door. There it is. All of them swapped to the more powerful second.
But yeah, still for Wolves, it's just a slow and steady game. A C4 rip. Will it connect? Yes, it will. Down goes Freck.
Swings in for the second, and Azur gets Lasmu. And things are starting to unravel here on the side of our 6 room. The shotgun popped on the corner, a grenade kill. Oh, doesn't really feel like anything, but that will feel a bit better as they actually get things a bit more leveled up. Robbie gets his second. Still concerned about the swing underneath, but amount of time left. BDS, and they're taking a bit of a risk separating here. He's about to be in a bit of a pain sandwich. How aware is he of the player tucked to his left? I don't think he is. Pulls away in the Fenrir, drops round, and it's a swing from Wolves.
Out on the defense. Did you see just how well set up they were to support one another? That formation that they had, that kind of square, where it made that...
Well, they've been able to slink their way in. Some tentative control here. Towards the R6 side and swing on the doors. Nets them the early 2 kills. Now there's a bit of pressure underneath. They've got to rotate. Coverage of the smoke, and Leader hoping somebody drifts in. Can get one. Unfortunately, it's Lasmu, and he was more than happy to fight right back. There's the plant. There's the missed C4. And now it is a 5 versus 2 post-plant. They did not offer anything, but Azur did find one before being promptly traded out. There's the second, and BDS. Where was this team the past?
They know they have to kill him. They know they have to go through him. He just has to wait for his moment, and no, loses out the engagement. Freck, quick on the trigger.
Called now. 30 seconds gone. They've finally been able to get some control here of the stair step, but can they push anything further behind it? Covers the window, but loses the engagement anyway. Will buy themselves another 5 seconds, but the plant needs to be tucked and it needs to be successful. They have vertical control. They have a watch. The smoke canisters being thrown out, so they've got to go for route B. It's, oh, a big important trade that comes out. The single fight round now. Can they just get the man that's planting? Got to choose the right direction to go for the swing. There's a touch and go fight that is BDS. More Candela's roll, trying to draw the focus towards the rocket stairs, but on the walkway they aren't entirely forced out yet. Tyrant does find Lasmo. The first is for Wolves, and that is a lot of utility that has been sent forward for not a lot of gain. There's the second as Noodle knocks Robbie out. Still be a bit malleable with outside, including just the trade game. As soon as they get an idea, there's a second for Noodle. Demo And I think we're going to OT.
I think so too. Virtue and Frack have really nothing to their names. No Candelas left, a few smoke grenades, but really, what value will you get out of that? We'll allow him to jump in through the window. There he goes, but we know someone's going to be waiting for him, and yeah, Noodle had his number the whole time for the place. The recruit is aware that somebody's going to be close in towards bathroom, and he'll be assisted by P4. He has that goo mine in his foot. He has to stop to remove that. Azur takes out P4. A quick aggressive maneuver from Leader. Oh, but reloads at the wrong time. 2 for Robbie. A 2v2 with a minute left.
A 2v1 with a minute left. Virtue. All that is left here. God, it's so dangerous and so close to the wire here, and obviously could try and bait out another Flores. Does he know about the player to his right? I don't think he does. Swings on one, ready for the second, but it's 7 seconds, and it's a Deathbox demo, and he wins it out, Virtue! Gets the Capitao on the front door. Is able to slip on by, and that's that big blow. So now they've got the awareness of somebody underneath, but going for the plot, they just swing out. Lasbo and Robbie get one apiece. It's Noodle and Krex getting them immediately back, but it is just a blind firefight. Wolves sprinting and killing. Everybody's hurt. There's the drop of the kit. P4 shield away. He's just gonna have to swing round and try and play for this, but they're watching and waiting. Leader baited, and there's Leader for another.
But you have a Warden on the side of Wolves. Tyrant is still above. He can maybe see through and simply shoot the Blackbeard, but 30 seconds, I think Wolves are actually starting to get pressure now from above.
Well, there's the pressure, the C4 and the swing round, and Wolves have taken the man advantage and doubled down. Robbie and P4, all that's left with 20 seconds of BDS's hope of getting themselves into a qualifier position and the playoffs position, but it's snuffed out as Wolves.
It's rough. That was genuinely a game of who wants to win this game, or who wants to lose this game. I thought it came down to the late round. For what I will say, apart from that one big throw by Wolves against Virtue, there were some quite good late rounds, and that's a problem that they've been dealing with. So if we do focus on our victor, even if the bigger story is BDS messing up the playoffs, I think Wolves have finally shown now. That's 2 wins on a bounce. That's 2 good
victory for them, so that means we get to speak to them again. Once again, we should be joined by Leader on the broadcast to ask him some questions. Leader, again, I feel like we've had the same thing yesterday. You take down a team that is in contention for top 6. How again did you manage to do it today?
I don't know, we just played our game. Like, it was a bit shaky on the attacks. Like, we tried to bring a lot of like the meta operators like Docker V demos and stuff, but we weren't fast enough, and they were capitalizing off of that. But then when we got on defense, it was like it felt quite easy, to be honest. But then yeah, got it to OT.
I've got to ask you, Leader, how is the off season gonna look like for you guys? Because you had a really good momentum towards the end of the stage. How do you guys prepare for the next 2 months? Because effectively there isn't much to play for you guys anymore.
I mean, we just need to work on our mistakes. Like, we made a lot of mistakes in the stage. Like, even though we won the last 2 games, like, we've got a lot to work on still. So yeah, just put in 110% effort over the off season, and hopefully be ready for stage 2.
What's the key thing to work on, Leader? Do you think it's the late rounds? Because there was a late round 2v1 loss today.
Yeah, some of our late rounds are absolutely shocking. I think it's because everyone's trying to get their word in, and it just doesn't help. Like, people trying to play the game just can't hear anything, so it doesn't really help. But sometimes you need to tell each other to shut up. We've done a lot of that, like yesterday and today, so it helped us a lot. Talk
me through the comms in that particular 2v1. I want to say it was Azur and Krex. Was the plan that they swing off the contact together and it's just not gone right, or?
Well, so originally they were like, okay, let's swing off contact, and then he got the diffuser, so they were like, oh, Callum was like, Krex, you can go first because there's not a lot of time, because he thought he was going to plant, but they didn't realize he was going to go for the kill, and then it was like too late, and they just trolled the 2v1.
Unfortunate situations. I mean, there's definitely growth in you guys' team, and I think that's probably the best thing we have been witnessing at the end of the stage. But unfortunately, it does end here for you guys, because we won't be seeing you all in the playoffs. We'll see you hopefully in stage 2. Is there anything you want to say, either to the fans or anyone?
I just want to say sorry to the fans, because although we have got the 2 wins in the stage, has been shocking overall. We promise to work hard over the off season and hopefully come back a lot stronger.
That's awesome. Well, Leader, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your insights, and enjoy your time off. We hope to see you again for stage 2.
Oh yeah, thank you.